Shocking poll reveals. Half of MAGA. Republicans believe Trump can run for third term despite constitutional limits. A recent poll conducted by SurveyUSA has revealed a shocking sentiment among a significant portion of the Republican Party. Almost half of the individuals who identify with the Make America Great Again (MAGA) movement believe that former President Donald Trump is eligible to run for a third term, despite the clear constitutional restriction. This poll raises important questions about the interpretation of the U.S. Constitution and the future of Trump's political ambitions. The SurveyUSA poll, which surveyed 2,491 registered voters from April 2 to April 6, found that 21% of all respondents believed Trump was eligible to run for a third term, a claim that is outright contradicted by the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution. This amendment explicitly states that no person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice, and any individual who has served more than 2 years of another person's term is ineligible for election to a third term. Yet, the poll uncovered that 49% of MAGA Republicans subscribe to the belief that Trump could run again, despite the constitutional limitation. The results of this poll underscore a division within the Republican Party on the matter, as only 42% of Republicans overall agreed with the assertion that Trump could seek a third term. In contrast, 45% of Republicans disagreed, believing that he could not. Among Democrats and independents, the opposition was even stronger. 91% of Democrats and 78% of independents disagreed with the notion that Trump could pursue a third term. Trump, who officially began his second term in office earlier this year, has made several comments suggesting that he might seek another run in 2028. Although many of his statements have been made in a joking or offhand manner, his recent remarks to NBC's Kristen Welker have taken a more serious tone, leading many to believe that he is genuinely considering this possibility. Trump even hinted that methods may exist that could allow him to circumvent the constitutional restrictions, though these ideas remain speculative. One potential route that Trump has discussed involves Vice President J.D. Vance running for president in 2028, with Trump as his running mate. Vance could then resign after taking office, allowing Trump to assume the presidency for a third term. However, under the 12th Amendment to the Constitution, an individual who is constitutionally ineligible to serve as president cannot hold the office of vice president either, which would pose a significant obstacle to this proposed strategy. The issue has sparked notable conversations among key figures in Trump's inner circle. Steve Bannon, a former White House strategist and host of the War Room podcast, has echoed Trump's potential plans, suggesting that there may be legal methods for bypassing the 22nd Amendment. However, Bannon did not provide any specifics on how these methods could be implemented, leaving many to speculate about what such legal maneuvering might entail. In addition to these conversations, Representative Andy Ogles of Tennessee introduced a joint resolution in January to amend the 22nd Amendment, proposing that former presidents should be allowed to serve 3 terms. This amendment, however, would not apply to 2-term presidents like Barack Obama or George W. Bush, as it stipulates that no president may serve more than 2 consecutive terms. Many constitutional scholars, such as Philip Klinkner, a professor of government at Hamilton College, have expressed grave concern over the implications of Trump staying in office beyond his second term. Klinkner has argued that if Trump were to somehow extend his presidency, it would signal the collapse of American democracy, with the country effectively becoming a de facto dictatorship, akin to the rule of authoritarian leaders in certain parts of Africa. Despite the theories surrounding Trump's potential third-term bid, the prospects of amending the Constitution to allow him to run again remain unlikely. Changing the 22nd Amendment would require substantial bipartisan support, and such an amendment faces strong opposition from both Democrats and many Republicans. Looking ahead, if Trump does decide to pursue a third term in 2028, it is almost certain that his campaign would face significant legal challenges, including lawsuits regarding the constitutionality of his eligibility. While the polls suggest that a sizable portion of the Republican base is willing to entertain the idea, it remains to be seen whether this will translate into a legitimate challenge to the established constitutional norms. In conclusion, while it is clear that a portion of the Republican electorate, particularly those in the MAGA movement, believes Trump could pursue a third term, the constitutional hurdles that stand in his way are formidable.